motivated me to study. They made me to read. Most of the time we read, but we don't study. You gotta learn how to study, okay? Can I get that Bible, please? Okay, everybody remember scripture. What is it, though? Let not then what?
Your good be evil spoken of.
You gotta understand, when your good is evil spoken of, demonic forces work through that. Y'all didn't know that? That's how they get outproduced through stuff that we do. That we don't intentionally do it. Okay, let's say if you and some friends walking through the forest, and one of your friends had some matches. Now, did your friend go there to set the fires on fire? Maybe your friend may have been a smoker, had it when it was, because when I was a boy, we used to like to play with fires and stuff like that. But we don't intentionally try to start one. See what I'm saying? Sometimes our good is evil spoken of. I've been pastoring for 30-some years. I have never went to anybody's church, nobody's church. And do the stuff I see we do in church. They put me on to speak. If I'm not to speak, I don't say nothing. Unless they say, would you like to say something? I don't think you got to always say nothing. I got that sister OJ one time I was on TV. She got on TV on Channel 57. Do you know how many people watch that station? And said, I come to my house at 11 o'clock and bring her milk. Now, let's use our natural mind on that. Kelly, how that look? Dawn? Huh? But we do that now. Just like say, for instance, some people you can't give a compliment to. Because sometimes their head get this big, and then sometimes, like this lady used to travel with me, she always, everywhere we go, she thought somebody liked her. And we're going to talk about that tonight, because a lot of times we're reactive. And we need to understand, you can't be reactive. A lot of times we do stuff like that. That's why, as I go older, I'm going to start joking with people I know that know how to joke with me. Like Pastor Lewis, he know how to joke with me. And I know how to joke with him. But because we do that, don't mean we don't have no respect for each other. We have a respect for each other, that we keep a certain standard. See what I'm saying? When I was in school, I was a jokester. I was playing stuff. I like to tell jokes. But then as I got saved, I stopped doing that. Then when I tried to open up and do that, then people take that for granted. So you have to be watchful on let your good not be even spoken of. One year I gave I gave out some gifts to the brothers. It was from Bed Bath Body. And I gave it to them on Father's Day. Remember Father's Day. And one brother came in and said, man, this stuff too sweet. You're going to make me smell like them, And I started doing it to them. Now I do. And then another thing too, some of y'all are so rude. Everybody always talking about who's rude to them. Some of you are very rude. I gave some stuff out. Some of the stuff I think that was out there. It was in the yard sale at the church. Now, how would you like if I gave you something, you gave me something, and I put it in the yard sale? Well, bitch, it was just around the house, we wasn't using it. Well, that's your choice what you do with it, but sometimes you have to use wisdom. But if I did that, y'all call me, try to approach me. I'm telling you, y'all need to stop doing that. That is why the enemy is doing what he's doing in society today. My daughter was talking to somebody. She wasn't ministering, but she told them they wanted to know why she wanted to know why the people did what they did to her. And my daughter told her, don't even look that up, and she did. Cause yourself more problems. Sometimes you have to think. Well, we ain't here, this is what we do now. Now I go to Louisiana, and the others in charge of my water, and everybody else be trying to give me some water. They don't hear, I can't. Some of y'all won't open, y'all walk in that door when they'll speak. That's why I refuse it. We have to grow past this. Okay, let's look at this character. Can you put this on the screen? Let's see, gotta find his profile. He's gotta be in here. We always have a profile here. 2 Samuel, chapter number 15. I think it's chapter 15. I'm really scared. When the last time y'all read 2 Samuel chapter 12, 14, and 15? Anybody read that lately? Anybody read that lately? Three spirits are infiltrating the church. We're really for. Write this down. Since we talk about spirits, pigs in the Bible talks about the spirit of pride. Pride is elevated. That's the first spirit that actually was revealed in heaven. We read that the other night. I'm shortcutting this because I started class late. I got here late. Then the second spirit is the spirit of Absalom. Now we all know Absalom was David's son. Now we know that? That was David's son. That was one of his sons by one of his wives. Then there's the Jezebel spirit. And then there is the Korah spirit. Now these was actually literal in the Bible people. They were people. Jezebel was the queen of one part of Israel, and Absalom was the son of David by one of his wives. The devil represented the spirit of pride. Give me John 8:44. It's important that you got to recognize what spirits you're dealing with. And then that's a fifth one right there from now, spirit antichrist. But that's always been antichrist. But we're anti. My spiritual father and I was talking about the little boy, the guy who went up there and shot on his people. He said, son, it's going to get worse than that. He said, it's like, we just had a shooting. It's going to pop up like that. Because we're in the last days. I don't think believers believe we're in the last days. We're in the last days. The devil knows he has a little time. He knows time is winding up. So he's got to do all he can to destroy mankind. And notice what he's destroying the most now. We say the church. No, he's not. He's destroying the family. Because the first institution that was in the garden was the family. He's doing that. Because they said the boy killed his grandmama before he went to school. The other time, but watch this. The other time we had respect for mama, daddy, and what he done not. Yeah, respect for him. Look how he got in. Look how he got in. So then he went and got him these major spirits to work for him. Okay, let's read. Never go to the Jew. Huh? You love your father the devil. And what else?
And the lust of your father ye
And the lust of your father ye will do. Come on.
He was a murderer from the
He was
beginning.
a murderer. He's a murderer.
And abode not in the truth.
And see, the devil don't tell the truth. When the devil tells the truth, he adds something to it. Or he takes something away. Now he knows the truth. Why? Why he know the truth? Because he was in heaven. You got the Holy Ghost, but you can't outsmart the devil. Do you not know that? None of us can. That's why we need to know how to take authority over him. Okay? That thing we praying about ain't nothing happening. And it's not that we ain't praying. It's that we don't have the mind of Christ and what God is saying to pray for. That could have been in us with some of that shoe. So nobody knows. But we got to understand we're in the last days. Keep reading. We need to put that in our spirit.
And abode not in the truth.
See,
because there is no truth in him.
In your book, in this book, go to the page that says self-deliverance. You can't deliver nobody till you know how to deliver yourself. If I was going to go have a foot, and a problem with my foot, I wouldn't go see a heart doctor with her. Sitting up there, and he deal with valves and all that, and I got my big old foot sitting up there saying, hey. But that's what we do. If you know the spirits I've named, you name all 5 of them again. They're specialists. They top of the line. What are those spirits?
Pride.
Pride. See, someone think that's cute. That's not cute. So you gotta know how to humble yourself. And it takes a while to do that. It takes years to do that. Really takes a lifetime. But humble yourself. Before y'all got here, I was talking about the pastor was telling me, said the little apostle lady had all of the men around her. Because she prophesied, she spoke during a segment, and she prophesied. So that drew their attention, especially in Africa. And said Bishop was sitting there looking at her. So when she got on that bus, he laid her out. And so she was rude by doing what? When he was talking, she was rude by saying, I ain't did that. And so because she was telling me, just be quiet, don't say nothing. Because he's right. Because people are aggressive now, especially in other countries. They're aggressive. They're aggressive here. They brought their spirit over here. We released it. We're allowed to come, and it's here now. Nothing you can do about it. So you can run your car in the back of somebody. Somebody, they ain't gonna come over here and do this. They gonna be free. And you gonna have a bill, and you will be in jail. So sometimes it's humble yourself. That's the best blessing in the world. No, that make me look weak. I ain't gonna let nobody walk on me. God ain't gonna let nobody walk over you. Come on. Did we finish that? Come on, keep reading over. Did we 8:44?
He was naming the spirits.
Oh, what's that one?
Absalom.
Now that's what we're gonna talk about today. And as we do peace and power, we'll talk about it. Let's talk about Absalom. Go to second Samuel 15. How did Absalom get how he got it? You know, what made him like he was? He was spoiled. Write that down. And his daddy paid him no attention. Maybe they paid Absalom no attention. Because, see, he really got mad at David. First of all, he got mad at David because David had all them children. They want someone need to watch that. So David, and then Amon raped his. She was actually Amon's half sister. She was Absalom's whole sister, and he raped her. He played a trick on her and raped her. Okay, so now Absalom runs, but he sends for David, and David won't let him come back. How did he come back in David's life? Anybody know?
Was it when he deceived them?
I can't hear you through that mask, Donna.
Was it when he deceived them?
Okay, when the lady deceived. Oh, how did this lady? No, that was Absalom's brother. That was Bathsheba's son. That was David had a general that worked for him named Joab. Joab met a woman who told her, it was really a story, it was a lie, on how, and so he went and told it to David, and that's how David let him come back in. But he conspired against David. Now, one thing I was reading the other day, Absalom was actually, he really operated in a disloyal spirit. Okay? Could you put that profile up? Oh, I got it. There you go, right here. Okay, what's the other spirit?
Jezebel.
Yeah. Okay. Now, if you notice that these spirits we're talking about, they operate from a what? From a spirit of pride and control. What's the next one? Korah. I'm going to have a leadership meeting real soon. Let me read something to you. The dangerous signs of disloyalty are important to know and recognize in yourself and in your leadership. Everybody here is our leader. See? So it's my job to watch for them. Because if you don't watch it, okay, if you got weeds growing up where you plant that, what happens? You overtake them. Well, that's what this do. It has overtaken believers and leaders. See? This loyalty is a spirit sent straight from the devil. Come on, let's read. Let's start at verse number 1. Okay. In chapter 15, 2 Samuel. Let's read.
And it came to pass after this that Absalom prepared him chariots and horses, and 50 men to run before him. And Absalom rose up early and stood beside the way of the gate. And it was so that when any man that had a controversy came to the king for judgment, then Absalom called unto him and said, Of what city art thou? And he said, Thy servants is of one of the tribes of Israel. When Absalom said unto him, See, thy matters are good and right, but there is no man deputed of the king.
So what did he just do to the king? Somebody.
You said what?
What did he just do to the king? He undermined him. Like a lot of us do to people. Stop doing that. You know, I'm not paid for it, but keep reading.
Absalom said, Moreover, oh, that I were made judge in the land.
See, now he exalts himself. Come on.
That every man which had any suit or cause might come unto me, and I would do him justice. And it was so, that when any man came nigh to him to do him obedience, he put forth his hand and took him in and kissed him. And on this manner,
he loved them. He stole. Absalom, write this down. One sign of disloyalty is stealing hearts. Stealing the hearts of the people. Now, David, at this point, he knows nothing going on, do it? No, he don't. He don't know what's going on. Nobody ever read this story? This is some deep stuff here. When I read stuff like this so I can see myself, and I gotta watch the congregation. Now, watch this. Keep reading.
And took him and kissed him.
Yeah.
And on this manner did Absalom to all Israel that came to the king for judgment. So Absalom stole the hearts of the men of
He
Israel.
stole it, and that's what people are doing today. He's stealing the hearts of people. Well, I want to know what was his whole purpose? Somebody. Come on. What was his whole purpose? What is people's purpose when they try to steal our hearts of people?
Get people to see him like,
They want, I was gonna say they wanna be in charge, they want the people to look at them and high esteem and authority, whatever.
What else? He did that for revenge. He did that to hurt his father. You know that? That's what he did that. Watch this, write this down. One of his weaknesses, he avenged the rape of his sister by killing his brother. And he was mad at David because David did not do anything about it. And we do that today. Hello? Another thing he did, well, we just said that he came against his father. But he couldn't this is what really messed him up. Write this down. He listened to the wrong advice. Stop listening to folks' advice that don't have what? The ear of God. Try by the Spirit, you try everything else. We listen to everybody's advice. Why? These are good questions. Why? Are we trying to get a confirmation? Are we trying to get a confirmation? Why? Or we feel like they're doing better than we are, so we need to find out what did they do? I think I said this Sunday night. But I started doing this with people. When people come to me about stuff, number one, I watch their spirit. I watch their spirit. Okay. Now, if it's a couple, I hear both of them. But I have to do what is right for both of them. And I doing what's right for both of them may mean I have to deal with one of them that's causing the problem. We believe anything somebody tells us. We do. He kept listening to the wrong advice. Who is he getting advice from? Write that down. I want you to find that out for me. Who was he getting advice from? What was he getting this advice from? He sure wasn't getting it from his father. Was it? So there are three things about him. He got revenge on his daddy, on his brother for killing his sister, for raping his sister. He got mad at his daddy for not assisting him and wanting to see him. Spoiled children do that. And the Bible, don't the Bible say he was spoiled? Yeah, it does. He said he was a spoiled child. Now he had a brother named Adonijah, who was trying to be. He did the same thing. Where is that at? He did the same thing to him that he did to David. He did the same thing to Solomon that he did to David. Solomon was supposed to be king, so Adonijah mama tried to send him in there to blindfold. Where is that at? Is that king? Somebody look up the name of Adonijah. Adonai. He's either in killing kings. I'm trying to think, did he do it before him? He had to do it in the Kings. Yeah, he did it in the Kings. Go to First King. Yeah, First Kings chapter number. He was tricked. He had his mama working with him. And Bathsheba got in Solomon's ear and said, hey, he trying to overtake us. You better kill him. She told him to kill him. Now I recommend when they killed these people, they was killing away them spirits. They was just killing. See, we let the spirits hang around. Nathan and it's in Kings chapter.
He died in chapter 2.
Okay, here it is right here. Cause first now, anything that this is what I try to tell y'all. Anybody that give David harm, they killed him. Did not know that? She made sure that he killed Shimei. Okay, go ahead, Adonijah. It's in chapter 2. Okay.
Adonijah exalts himself.
Yeah, right there. It's in chapter 2 and verse 19. That's Adonijah. That was the other son of David. See how the Bible say David should go die by the sword and all of that? Go right there. Read. So Bathsheba, verse 19. That's First Kings chapter 2.
She therefore went into King Solomon to speak unto him for Adonijah, and the king rose up to meet her, and bowed himself unto her, and sat down on his throne, and caused a seat to be seat for the king's mother, and she sat on the right hand. Then she said, I desire one small petition of thee. I pray thee, say me not nay. That the king said unto her, ask on my mother, for I will not say thee nay.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, let Abishai the Shunammite be given to Adonijah thy brother to wife. And King Solomon answered and said unto his mother, and why doest thou ask Abishai the Shunammite for Adonijah? Ask for him the kingdom also, for he is mine elder brother, even for him and for Abiathar the priest, and for Joab the son of Jeruel. Then King Solomon swore by the Lord, saying, God do so to me, and more also, if Adonijah have not spoken this word against his own life. Now therefore, as the Lord liveth, which has established me, and set me on the throne of David my father, and who has made me in house as he promised, Adonijah shall be put to death this day. And King Solomon sent by the hand of Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, and he fell upon him.
Because he's trying to be the king. He's trying to be the king. Same spirit from first, second Samuel. Go back to second Samuel. I'm going to close it. See, you read this stuff, you see actually what's happening today in society. People are position hungry. People want to be in charge. They want to be in front of people. But don't nobody want to be responsible for it. So, second thing about people that still are, that's disloyal, they promote themselves. Write that down. I think the first one I gave you was stealing hearts. They promote themselves. Psalms 101, verse number 5. This is 101. Verse number 5. And you start looking at yourself and stuff like this. Now, Adonijah couldn't have been the king anyway. Why? Why he couldn't have been the king? Who went to talk to the king? To the king? Bathsheba, his mama. Come on, read. She wanted him out the way. See, y'all be looking at have not. Y'all need to read some of this. Oh, this is some good stuff, right? Shoot. She wanted him out the way. Because he was trying to do what? He was trying to undermine. Because I think this chapter begins with David dying. And see, when you're on your deathbed or down, that's when people come to you. You not know that? When they take you down. That's why I tell people, when you go to church, there are sheep, lambs, and babies. Okay, remember that. Okay, so people come to a church that's looking for something. First they're gonna look at, they spot the church out and see who's the head of authority. That's the first thing they do. When your children bring their friends over, don't they meet you first? Yeah. They meet you. Or you want to meet them because you want to see what they are, don't you? Okay. Anyway, they spot our weak saints. Write that down. Carnal-minded people, they look for them. That's why they hook up so fast. So, now Jezebel got a weak husband. She gonna do what she can to do what? To make it look like he's in authority. But she really is. So she finds them kind of people at church. Then you find babies. Babies don't know. You got carnal-minded people, babies, and here's the point we really need to get to. Content people. Acts chapter 20. Content. Discontent, I'm sorry. People that are discontented. They like the little boy on the video talking about, I hate this church. Okay? Yeah, see, that ain't what I'm saying. Discontented people. And most people don't understand they're trying to get in the circle. Read. Acts 20. Oh, read this first. Who said what? Who said privately what?
Slanderous his neighbor.
Come on.
Him will I cut off.
See, the Lord said, him I will cut off. You better watch that. Come on.
Him that had an high look and a proud heart will not I suffer.
Will not I suffer. I can't stand pride. And I think what we need to do in society today is preach against pride. And I'm just not talking about the colors. I'm talking about pride. Someone got so much pride. And we think we blessed. Pride is a killer. Pride will make you get up there and fall. David fell in the pride of his life. David didn't fall until after he got to be king. Because see, the devil sits back and waits for that. So I think that's why God sent us to that process. So we won't fall. When it comes, we know how to fight it. Got to know how to fight the pride. Lord, anybody ask the Lord, am I being proud? Anybody do that? Set your heart. The Bible tells us, hold out against pride. Give me Acts 20. Then I got one more scripture going to the back. Absalom had a disloyal spirit. Tell you another part of a disloyal spirit. Write this down. Having an independent spirit. Ooh, Lord. Jacob had to go face Esau because he was tricked Esau. Esau was going to kill him. And God said that God arranged it for him to go see Esau. By the time he got to Esau, he was real humble. He was real humble. But he thought Esau was going to kill him. Esau would have killed him, but God was in there. Yeah, see what God is at. Read. Start at 28. Give me 28 through 31. And then my last one will be James chapter 5. Come on. See, we're doing all that fighting, but we ain't fighting pride. We fight every spirit but pride. Some of us so proud. And that's all talk about this, but she'll talk about me. That was no big deal to me. Some things I have to teach on, God deal with me on it. One thing I practice in my Christian walk is being a consistent person. I had two friends. They were friends of mine in the ministry. You know them both. They didn't like each other. I could sense one was pulling me, the other was pulling me. But if I pick up that phone right now, put it on Ustream and call both of them, they'll tell you, I never talked to neither one of them about each other. And they would ask me. One of them would do it in a sincere way, and one of them would do it kind of being messy. See, we have to be careful of that. Because God look at us how we react to that. See? Okay, come on. Where's my scripture? Read.
Take heed therefore to yourselves.
To yourself. First thing, take heed to yourself. Look at yourself. Come on.
And to all the flock over which the Holy Ghost has made you
Now he's telling the
overseers.
elders, he's about to leave, so he's telling the elders to take heed. We don't take heed no more. Read.
To feed the church of God, which he has
Feed the
purchased
church
with
of
his
God.
own blood.
That's our whole purpose, to feed his protect. We don't like them kind of messages. Read.
For I know this,
When I shall leave, grievous wolves gonna come. Read. And they're
and
gonna
in
enter.
among you,
And guess what? They're gonna rip the flock apart. But how do they get there? Discontented people, babies, carnal-minded folks. Let them right in there. Come on.
also your own selves shall men arise, seeking perverse things,
See,
to draw away
that's where
disciples
we at
after
right
them.
now. These are the last days. The book of Acts, the start of the church was in the last day. This is why when you read through the New Testament, this is what they're talking about most of the time. Because this is where we at. This is where we at. All the other stuff we doing, we ain't there. The enemy will use that stuff to block us from seeing where we really at. Did we finish that read?
Therefore watch,
Well, see, they're going to word right there. Watch. Come on.
and remember
And remember.
that by the space of 3
See,
years,
for 3 years I've been preaching this and crying out. For 3 years, and you mad because I'm still doing it. You have to cry out. That's what you crying about. We don't want to lose another saint through foolishness and giving them over to the wolves. But you won't tell them the truth, so the wolf bite their head off. I had a dream the other night, the morning. I got up and I went back to sleep. I always do that when I'm stay up late. I went back to sleep. I dreamed a dog reached and grabbed me and bit and was holding my neck, biting me. And in the dream, I was trying to get loose. I got loose. Yeah. Now I don't know exactly what that means. I brought my book on dreams, so I can look it up. Found it, but dog usually it's not good in the Bible when it talks about that. See? So you have to be watchful, y'all. We ain't watchful. We praying all this praying we doing, but we ain't watchful. There are certain things the Lord said if you don't watch it, it will turn evil. Because evil is around. That's why you need to learn these spirits. So you know when evil's around. See what I'm saying? If me and you working on a project together, and you coming up with more ideas than I am, the enemy can really put somebody in my ear and say, you know what? They using you. See? Back to those two friends. Now, and one of them I don't even talk to no more. And then the sad part about that, I had a dream about them too. The reason why I have those kind of dreams, God give me sensitive to people in certain areas. I expect them to be calling me so. See? But I don't touch the two. Cause you gotta learn how to be consistent in your walk. We're not consistent. God bless you. Come on, let's start singing. Take all this, take this back. What my lesson for tonight? I'm gonna have to use the handheld